Hi, this is Chris with Tinker Tokens, and I am doing a reveal on a collaboration between Tinker Tokens and Terraria by Design. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I will be linking the vendors in the video descriptions. And Leaf Kickers. So Terraria by Design does the boxes. In case you guys don't realize, this is Catan Ultimate Edition. It's a one-of-a-kind edition. And Tinker Tokens does all of the 3D printing, and we're going to get into this. And Leaf Kicker does the actual tiles, and that's the resource tiles. So in fact, we're going to start with the resource tiles over here. Again, the boxes, David does an amazing job, and he's got a store on Etsy. You can see this is all handcrafted metal handles, because this is very, very heavy. This is the first set, so that it will have almost all of the expansions. It has enough for the original game, 5-6 players, Seafarers 5 and 6, as well as Cities and Knights 5 and 6, and 20 extra pieces, so that you could actually almost play Explorers and Pirates. But unfortunately, I don't have all of those resources and unique resources completely made up yet. But let's start with this. So we can open up here. You can see we have all kinds of really cool things. So let's start over here, and we have these border pieces, which, as you can see, are acrylic, handmade, and if I can get this to come out, yeah, it is magnetic. So you can start swapping these around when you set up your board. And there's a whole bunch of these. There's some that have just a basic water, others that have the full set, that have the water, and again, the removable magnetic things. Again, this is all Leaf Kicker. I will, again, be linking all of this in the description, and we'll go from there. So here we have some mountains. And I'm going to show some of the resources. This is a special resource. This is a volcano. Again, that's a special from Leaf Kicker. So we have woods here, and what's interesting about these pieces is that they are in fact all unique. So if we compare even another mountain here, you'll notice they are not the same. And they have a nice space here in the middle for putting your resource counter token, your number token, on that. Okay, so we're gonna kind of go through these pretty quickly. This is just a reveal. If you want further information, you can message me. And let's go on. Here's the sheep. This is a gold resource. The gold fields, this comes for like some of the expansions like Seafarers, for example. Here's our brick. And we've got over here some tighter ones. I'm going to come around here. This is your desert and your wheat. I think we've got one of each of those sort of shown here. And then at the very far, your left here, you're going to see these are all water tiles, and we can kind of zoom in on those. And again, some of these have these little resource packs in them, and some are just plain. These are not the ones that actually move, so these are not magnetic on this set. That's okay. So that is the resource tiles. We're going to go ahead and close this up like that, and it locks. Oops, sorry. It actually has a locking mechanism, and I might have one sideways, so I need to make sure I get that perfectly in there. Yep, there we go. Yeah, there it is. That's the one. So now it should lock up, no problem. Lock up. So now we're going to come over to, this is the main game, but it has all of the, what I would consider major expansions. And so we'll kind of go through those. I've already unlocked it here. Again, it has a beautiful chain. It's also color-coded, which I've just taped a color-coded thing on here. And the reason for that is the actual color of the wood matches the different expansions. And so this has the base game. And again, this is also all the way up to 5 and 6 players. So base game, Seafarers, Cities and Knights, Explorers and Pirates, Traders and Barbarians, and all of their respective 5 and 6 player versions. So if we take this out, this contains all the rule books, as well as what I would consider like the special tiles for all of the expansions as well. So these are, you know, your water tiles and strange side tiles and stuff like that, your border tiles. Now we're going to get into the main game. This is where it really gets interesting. You can, again, we can talk about these. These are your standard resource tiles, but they, again, are color-coded based on the expansion that they're supposed to be. So, again, this is all Intaria by design. Again, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but David does an incredible job. Now, each of our players here, there are 6. I'm going to kind of spread these out over things, and we're going to go through these. But they are all unique civilizations. So if we start in this box here is the main game and Seafarers. This is Cities and Knights, and then we have over here Explorers and Pirates, and then we have Traders and Barbarians in this one as well. So the really cool thing about this game is that, as you can see, every particular one that we go, this is actually a city. So let's pull out a village here. Sorry, should have had that laid out before. But this is a village, this is a city, and you can see the ships. All of the ships, all of the cities, all of the villages are unique, as well as in the Cities and Knights, their walls, they are unique to every civilization. So let's take a look. That is the medieval civilization. If we come over here, we have an Egyptian civilization. Again, these are the villages, these are the cities. We have walls. Again, their ships are also unique. Every single civilization has their own unique ships. And then here, and this is Egyptian, we have Romans. I'm not going to go through every single one here, just quickly overviewing kind of what we have done here. And this is Tinker Tokens, does all of these pieces. And this is the collaboration that we did with Intaria by Design and Leaf Kicker. So we designed and printed pretty much all of these, or redesigned some of them. Some of them are available on things like Thingiverse or other STL sites. But we redesigned some of these and designed our own on some of these. That way, so everything is unique. We have, in the green, we have Vikings. The red are Chinese. The orange here is like an Incan or Mayan civilization, medieval, Egyptian, and Roman. So we have enough for 6 players. So now we're going to pull this out. There we are. I'm going to set this over here. And if we come into here, we have a whole bunch more stuff here. So I'm just going to kind of quickly go over it. These are your cards for things. This is like Cities and Knights. And again, these are all color-coded. We're not going to go through each one of them. We have specialty pieces, and I'm just going to hit the highlights. So one of the other things I wanted to do was, in case I wanted to just grab this big box and go play, I have all of the original cardboard pieces, but these acrylic borders, so that I can still set up a full game without having to take my special 3D tiles. The other is that I have gotten these custom pieces, these Catan counter chips, from an Etsy reseller as well, and I can dig up the name. I'm sorry, I cannot remember off the top of my head who these came from, but they will also fit. So they are the original size, but they have been painted. They're wood. They're much thicker than you would get in just your cardboard chips. These will all fit in each of those special 3D resources. So we have things like your resources from Explorers and Pirates. This is your cargo. You have all of the different tiles for your pirate lairs. All of that is in here. And then I've got several different robbers here. So you can kind of pick what you want. I personally prefer, oops, sorry, let's not break these. So these are dragons, and it kind of goes with my volcano theme. And this is also a collaboration painting job by a company called Adventures in Painting, who I can link for you guys. But we have all of your standard robbers here. Then we contain all of your other standard number chits here in the bottom right. We have all of your resource cards. And this is pretty cool because we can just take this thing out. Sorry. This is your resource cards, and we take this whole thing out, and it becomes a tray. And so each of these trays comes out and actually stacks. So you can have 2 full sets of resources on either side of the board, sort of helping everybody out. And of course, everything is sleeved. So we're going to go ahead and pull the rest of this out. And here's a cool little feature that I'd like to mention over here. You'll notice these. These are what we can call the metropolises. Okay, so we did custom design these. The really cool thing about these is if we come over here and we can take any of the cities and they will fit inside of this. So on the board, it will fit inside of that so that you will know if you have a metropolis. Again, this is for cities and knights, and it will fit if you have walls around it. It will fit right on the walls on top like that. And again, we have custom designed this so that it will work with every civilization. So if we come over here, that was the Egyptian civilization. If we come over here and just grab the Romans, for example, it will also just sit right on the walls. Okay, and it'll do that for cities, villages. Well, you would never have it on a village because that's not the rule, but theoretically it would all fit. We also have custom trader ships and trader wagons, as well as what we would call the merchant. Okay, again, for cities and knights. So that is pretty much it. I think there's one last thing I'd like to show you. These do actually sit nicely on top of each other. They've got a locking mechanism here so that when you're transporting it, you'll know, oh yeah, it is locked in. Oh, there it goes. And it kind of sits in there and locks in like that. If we pull this off, we have the last sort of special thing that I like. So, and that is, here's all the fishes. Again, this is for explorers and pirates and the fishing, as well as traders and barbarians. You can use those as well. This dice here is really cool because it actually has all the different resources that you could want. So you've got forest, sheep, brick, water, fish, water, all kinds of different things. So you would roll this and then reveal your board. So if you're playing in an exploration type game, you can do that. These are, again, all are tinkered tokens. All of the 3D printed pieces are from tinkered tokens, and that's this. You see all of these pieces down in here. They're all tinkered tokens. All right, and then we have metal coins. And so there's a couple of the expansions that use that. Also, you have the potential variation for, and let me flip these over. There's very beautiful coins here. And there's expansions that play with these, but there's also a rule variation where if you do not get a resource from the roll, then you get a coin. And then with 2 coins on your turn, you can trade for any 1 resource. I really like that rule variation. A lot of the people I play with also like that. So here we have that was the gold. This is, or sorry, that was the silver. This is the gold. And you can see that's the dragon theme here. Sorry if it's not focusing up perfectly for you, but there we go. That is, again, the Catan Ultimate Edition by Tinkered Tokens, Leaf Kicker, and Intaria by Design. Thank you for watching, and I hope to hear from you guys.